I want to remind everyone, G. Gordon Liddy's still having a better week than Matt Gaetz. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Wow.
Wow.
Hi, John. Hi. Wow.
God closed the Donald Trump comedy door. He opens a Matt Gaetz comedy window.
Just, wow. Doesn't this happen? It seems like every time right before a sexy liberal show, we're just wait. How bad is this going to get before next Saturday, right?
I've been writing sketches about Cuomo and Ted Cruz. Now this. In fairness to Matt Gaetz was only trying to keep young people out of the hands of young people. That's his excuse.
Yeah, Cuomo's like, you need a shot? You need some weed? What do you need?
What do you need? If you want a shot, I'll give you a shot. We got AstraZeneca. Take your life in your own hands. We have the J&J. We got vaccines you never heard of. The Hasbro. We have the Duncan Hines vaccine. What do you need? I'll come over. You want some weed? You want some keef? Some hash? I want to keep my job. Whatever you want. Man.
Yay, John Fugelsang.
We're allowed to make fun of Andrew Cuomo. That's
Yes.
the beauty. That's the beauty of not being blindly obedient. We can make fun of Andrew Cuomo. Trump defenders, Gaetz defenders cannot. Although, in fairness, are there Gaetz defenders? I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think, not even in the Republican Party, no.
Wow. I was a lot to take in last night. You're like, oh, underage, oh, prostitutes, oh, cash payments, what? Oh, no. Molly, ecstasy, wait, what?
Yep. Oh, the Cash App. There's some great sponsor material right there. Let me tell you. You know, when Matt Gaetz finally shows up in prison, it'll be the first time he's ever gotten anywhere all on his own. So I'm really proud of him. This
Don't you have to say what, like a check? Don't you have to say on those apps what it's for? Do you think he just put in there underage prostitutes and ecstasy? Why?
I don't know. I think you're going to see him trying to play ignorant about everything, but like. You know, when you're Matt Gaetz and you're actually tweeting that, no, you don't understand. My father is wearing a wire for the FBI right now as part of an extortion scam. It's like, well, right now, your father is being shot by the mobsters he's talking to because they just read your tweet that he's wearing a wire. And
right.
The guy's thrilled about it. And I think, what exactly are you being extorted for, little Matty? Right. So, yeah, I mean, this is the worst thing to happen to Matt Gaetz since Donald Trump kept calling him Barron.
If there's no underlying scandal, you have nothing to make go away to extort someone. And you're like, oh, what did you just say?
Also giving to tell that his father is a very, very rich man.
Yes.
And made of money, hence Matt Gaetz being in Congress. It's just... I love it when the right people in the right party find each other. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, we're in a whole new season. David tweets, 2020, I hope I don't get COVID at the grocery store. 2021, I hope I don't get shot at the grocery store. We're back into shooting season out of COVID, looks like. Oh, my God. I mean...
You know, we never left it. That's an important thing to remember. We actually never left. We never left it. Like when you think about... I've been having a lot of trolls, Stephanie, write to me and saying things like, oh, there were no mass shootings when Trump was president. You ever notice there was no mass shootings when Trump was president? And I'm like, oh, yeah, as long as you don't count Sutherland Springs in November 2017 or Parkland in 2018 or Santa Fe, 10 people killed in May of 2018, or the Tree of Life Synagogue in 2018, or the Thousand Oaks, 12 killed in 2018, or the 12 killed in Virginia Beach in 2019, or the 22 killed in Del Paso, Texas, or, of course, the largest massacre of white people in our country's history in 2017 in Las Vegas. Like literally, it takes so much longer to disprove a lie from these people than it takes for them to lie. So you'll be hearing them say this a lot. We didn't see any mass shootings when Trump was president. And it's like, no, the news you consume didn't tell you about mass shootings when Trump was president.
Yeah, no, exactly. Oh, speaking of Trump, maybe I'm feeling giddy, John, because of Matt Gaetz, but Don tweeted, I know some of you think it won't happen, but Donald Trump is going down. Way too many people gunning for him, way too many enemies, way too many fellow dirty folks who will do what's best for them. The wheels are in motion. Trump is done. I am feeling hopeful this morning. I really am, John. I'm getting vaccinated today. You got vaccinated yesterday, right?
Yeah. Got my first shot yesterday.
I'm Team Moderna. What are you?
I got a very rare one. I got the it's actually the Summer's Eve one. Which is
You did not, John Fugelsang. No, you
I
didn't.
got the Duncan Hines vaccine. It's brand new. It's quite tasty. No, I got Pfizer. I think I got Pfizer, and I've had it more than 4 hours. So I don't know, but it worked out well. And then I was up until 2 a.m. trying to get my wife an appointment last night because I made my appointment and everything was fine. And then Governor Cuomo got more desperate and said anybody with a pulse is now eligible. So I was like up until I spent 4 hours last night trying to get Charmy her.
I was trying to get my radio son Sean a shot. We are all in Shirley MacLaine.
Oh, that's right.
Get my daughter and or son and or wife the shot. We are all Shirley.
Give my daughter the pain shot. Please, I don't see why she has to have this pain. It's time for a shot. You understand? Do something. All she has to do is hold on until 10, and it's past 10. She's in pain. My daughter is in pain. Give her the shot. You understand? You're going to give my daughter the shot.
Okay. And Margaret Cho, our fellow sexy liberal, has become she has become our vaccine ambassador.
Stick it in.
Stick it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I literally just put my wife in a car up to the South Bronx because at 2 a.m. I was able to get her a vaccine appointment in the South Bronx. So
how Bonfire of the Vanities?
Well, yeah. She's not driving. She's not driving. But yes, otherwise, exactly like that book.
Yeah. Oh my God. So obviously the other thing going on, the Derek Chauvin trial, which I said to Chris earlier, is just wrecking me emotionally, like most of these witnesses. Our buddy Brooklyn Dad Defiant said George Floyd remained motionless and lifeless when the paramedics showed up, and Derek Chauvin still kept his knee on his neck. They have to convict that monster. I mean, the ambulance guy had to tell him to get off of him, and he was dead already. I mean, it's just I'm trying not to be hopeful about everything today, John, but I am getting a little hopeful. Some legal experts are saying that this, because I just am like, how much stronger can a case be than this, right?
Yeah, but I got to meet Rodney King on CNN once. Derek Chauvin had 18 complaints of police misconduct previously lodged against him. He had been involved in the shootings of 3 people. He had unloaded his weapon on at least 3 people we know of. He had also run a car off the road that killed several people. All this before he knelt on George Floyd's neck, which means he could get hired at Newsmax. Right. But when I heard that Minnesota was giving the family of George Floyd $27 million, that was when I got terrified. Oh, no. Yeah. Like, they're this certain to be a conviction. They're giving him $27 million before there's even a trial. Before there's a trial, the state acknowledged that it was murder. My biggest concern is that, look, if he doesn't get convicted, what are the odds we're going to see him on stage with Donald Trump at a rally next year?
Oh my God. Let's listen to Chauvin's this is his boss, which I thought was pretty damning, testified against him, basically.
Sir, based on your review of the body-worn camera footage, do you have an opinion as to when the restraint of Mr. Floyd should have ended in this encounter?
Yes.
What is it?
When Mr. Floyd was no longer offering up any resistance to the officers, they could have ended the restraint.
And that was after he was handcuffed and on the ground and no longer resisting?
Correct.
He wasn't, if you saw the body cam footage, John, he was never resisting. He was always scared and compliant, right?
Everyone needs to watch it. Everyone needs to watch this trial. I'm so glad the media is covering it so heavily. Just for the fact that it finally gave Americans the chance to see the full 9 minutes and 29 seconds of the video. Because we've only seen clips on TV. When everyone who's defended, every single person who said something disparaging about George Floyd, who is not on trial, not on trial.
You mentioning Derek Chauvin's priors, John, how come that's not relevant? But, the Trayvon Martin smoked a joint once is relevant. Why is only black people's past relevant?
Why do you think? Let's talk about the 2 kinds of white people, right? You're either offended by Derek Chauvin taking a knee or Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. And it's a pretty thick line. Yeah. But what's amazing is that, to actually see it for the full 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Yeah.
This is, I thought the paramedic was also really devastating yesterday.
So you determined that his pupils were large and dilated. What about a pulse?
I did not palpate a pulse.
When you say palpate, is that you didn't feel or detect a pulse?
I did not detect a pulse.
And what did his condition appear to be to you overall?
In lay terms, I thought he was dead.
So, what did you do next?
I kind of looked for my partner and told him I think he's dead and I want to move this out of here.
Okay.
And I will begin care in the back
Did you say you would be doing care in the back?
of my rig.
And is the rig where your equipment is to deal with something like a cardiac arrest?
Yes, miss.
I mean, John, some of these witnesses that they're trying to like make out to be angry or overly emotional. It's like I thought the EMT was amazing when she's like, "Have you ever watched someone be murdered right in front of you?" Like, what? Wouldn't you, I mean? It's just it's and the other witnesses like you're not going to turn me into someone angry. Like everybody there was emotional.
Oh,
Sure.
the young man who was working in the deli.
Right.
He had such great composure and such compassion. So moving. The fire captain who testified yesterday, the fire captain who rode behind on the way to the hospital, who testified the same thing. You know, I mean, it's not worth one life, but it's going to be so much harder for another monster to commit a murder like this. And I know it'll still happen. Tahrir Rice, it's going to keep on happening, but it's never been harder for a cop to get away with murdering an unarmed black man because people are paying more attention now than they ever have before. And people are finally understanding lynching didn't end. It just assumed a different form in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we go right to the Georgia voting law. Give me cut four.
Yes.
You know, good for Biden talking about the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Think about the possibility that baseball decides to move their All-Star game out of Atlanta because of this political issue.
I think today's professional athletes are acting incredibly responsibly. I would strongly support them doing that. The very people who are victimized the most are the people who are the leaders in these various sports. And it's just not right. This is Jim Crow on steroids.
Right on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm not used to having a Democratic president who 90% is thrilling me instead of breaking my heart. It's a whole new experience in my lifetime.
John, we were saying earlier, a lot of people talking about, from AOC to, I think George Takei was saying, we thought like he'd be just good at, repairing status quo, but that he's going, I think, to be a transformational FDR kind of president. I mean, people on not just COVID relief, but this infrastructure bill are really like, wow. Jobs are, I don't know if you saw the latest jobs numbers. What they're doing with the vaccines is really beyond incredible. The thing keeps moving up. Now it's April 19th. By April 19th, 90% of us will be eligible, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? Like also responding specifically, like surging to the areas that need it, to pharmacies, because it's showing that people are trusting more like their local places. They're overcoming the vaccine hesitancy numbers are coming way down. I mean, hope is not it's not something I remember either. It's my body's having trouble processing it, John.
Well, I understand that. And normally, we'd be taking Matt Gaetz to be the piece of good news God gave us this week. So it's kind of nice.
And the entire Republican Party appears to be imploding. But the important thing is Major Biden pooped apparently in the White House. According to the media, that is the major problem is more important than the minor problem that Matt Gaetz has. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Jolly says, unless Champ or Major smeared their feces on the walls while attempting to overthrow the government, I don't want to hear about it. Thank you. They're just not used to there being no drama or incompetence, right? And it's just, this is the subject of whole news stories, right? That a rescue dog is adjusting to life in the White House.
Well, for some news outlets, yes. I mean, think about Fox News. This last Wednesday, right? In one day, Biden unveiled the American Jobs Plan, which is just so sweeping. Right. You had Delta, this Delta CEO called out the Georgia election, saying it was based on a lie. You had the Coca-Cola CEO call it out as well. This same day, the Pentagon announced they were destroying Donald Trump's incredibly punitive and awful ban on transgender service. You got New York legalizing recreational weed. It was Trans Day of Visibility. We found out that nursing home COVID cases are down 96%. And Matt Gaetz had to deny he was with a 17-year-old for the first time. And that was just Wednesday, folks. Elections have consequences.
Yes.
All right. I am almost beside. We're taping the big interview today, that we can't say, that we've been trying to get for 10 years for Sexy Liberal 10-year anniversary show next Saturday, April 10th. You know that, right?
another person that you asked me to get a video from. They say they'll give you a video yesterday, so I'm really glad.
Oh, yay!
I'm going to say
really
you were never going to see, I think, a cavalcade of stars like you're going to see next Saturday. We have the 10-year show.
Yes, and the very special guest, I'm really glad it's happening. I called in 10 years worth of favors on that
Thank
one.
you.
And,
Thank you.
That person is very happy to be joining you for the special.
Yes.
And we're shooting new stuff next week. People have to understand this is all new stuff, and it's it's some amazing archival footage of past shows of the last 10 years of the tour, pictures, and
we got a caution from the director saying, all the congratulations videos, that's going to take up a big chunk of the show. So
really big names, though.
No, I've cut down my own work so much for this one, but it's going to be really fun. I will never forget April of 2011 at the Barrymore. I have very, very, very vivid memories of that time.
Oh,
and,
do you have a picture of me levitating Hal Sparks backstage? I think I levitated him to the ceiling. Do you have that one?
That's in Syracuse. I sent that.
Okay, thank you.
I sent you 300 photos from this tour.
Yeah.
10 years. So.
John Fugelsang is the keeper of all things good, sexy liberal.
He is.
All right,
He
honey.
is.
Cannot wait. I literally cannot wait till next Saturday. And we're doing a live panel, as usual, live panel with the whole gang, all the sexy liberals. So love you, John.
Cool. Thank you. Listen, I also want to wish a happy Good Friday to everybody. This is when pro-death penalty Christians mark the execution of anti-death penalty Jesus, and there's no irony at all.
Yes.
None at all.
I'm getting my vaccine shot. It's a very good Friday. I'm hoping my sex life will rise from the dead by Sunday when I'm finally out of COVID lockdown.
Stephanie.
What?
I'm 3,000 miles away, Steph. I'd be there. I grew my hair out to look like K.D. Lang the way you asked me a year ago. I'm trying.